Are his regular court appearances getting the Congress party any sympathy? Is the Congress show of solidarity, or is this a political tamasha? Among our newsmakers is Rahul Gandhi's lawyer and MP of the Congress, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, will join us in a moment. But first, as always, it's time for the 9 headlines at 9. Rahul Gandhi appears in a Surat court accompanied by Congress leaders, including chief ministers of the party. Bail plea extended till 13th April. Disqualification still holds. BJP describes it as a tamasha. Congress says Rahul Gandhi is unafraid to speak the truth. Prime Minister Modi defends the CBI over its anti-corruption crackdown, tells the CBI to not stop war against corruption despite what he calls a motivated attack from a corrupt ecosystem. No relief for Aam Aadmi Party's Manish Sisodia and the Delhi Liquor Gate probe. Court extends judicial custody till 17th of April in the ED case. Karnataka Congress Chief DK Shivkumar ghered out by supporters of a Congress Neta Yogesh Babu as demand for tickets increases in Karnataka. This on a day when a BJP MLA NY Gopalakrishna jumped ship to join the Congress. Bengal on the edge after a fresh bout of violence, stone pelting during a BJP yatra in Hooghly. Mamta Banerjee accuses the BJP of dangabazi. Mughal purge by the NCERT removes chapters on Mughals from class 10 and 12 syllabus, prompting criticism from academics. 3 dead in Kozhikode train tragedy after passenger pours inflammable oil on travellers and ignites a fire. NIA to take over the investigation. Economic chaos persists in Pakistan. Inflation zooms to its highest level ever recorded in the country. Food prices surged 50% in March, 20 dead in food line stampedes. And international crude prices jumped by 8% as OPEC announces a production cut. Big worry for policymakers in India, which imports 85% of its crude oil needs. Top story tonight. Rahul Gandhi has finally officially challenged his conviction and jail sentence in a criminal defamation case. Rahul Gandhi today went to the Sessions Court in Surat, accompanied by many Congress leaders, chief ministers and his sister Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. The BJP calls the Congress show of strength an attempt to intimidate the judiciary. The court, though, has granted Rahul Gandhi bail, but he still hasn't got a stay on conviction. That matter will be heard on the 13th of April. Till then, Rahul Gandhi remains a disqualified MP. It's our top story tonight.
11 days after he was convicted in a defamation case and sentenced to jail for 2 years, Rahul Gandhi challenged the verdict in the Sessions Court in Surat. The Congress leader, along with his sister Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, flew down to Surat from Delhi to fight the case. They were welcomed at the airport by Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot and accompanied by 2 more Chief Ministers, Bhupesh Baghel and Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu, as they reached the court. The road to the court was plastered by hoardings saying "Daro mat." The Congress leader could be looking at a long court battle. He did not get any big relief on Monday. Rahul Gandhi filed 3 petitions. Number 1, an appeal against the lower court judgment. The Sessions Court has accepted it. The next hearing will be on May 3rd. Petition number 2 for regular bail of Rahul Gandhi is accepted. This bail is on till the Surat Sessions Court takes a final decision on his plea challenging the lower court's order. Rahul also filed a 3rd petition for stay on conviction and sought early hearing on it. The court has posted the matter for hearing on April 13. Soon after getting bail, Rahul tweeted a cryptic message. He said, "This is a fight to save democracy against Mitrakal. Truth is my weapon and the truth is my support in this struggle." The BJP lashed out at Rahul Gandhi for what it called a show of strength by the Congress at the Surat Sessions Court, while the Grand Old Party rejected charges of intimidating the judiciary.
किसी को कन्विक्शन कर दिया तो उसके बाद ये जो ड्रामा कर रहे हैं ये बेसिकली जो ऊपर के जो अदालत है उसको ऊपर में दबाव डालने के लिए, डराने के लिए ये कांग्रेस का ड्रामा है। इसलिए मैंने कहा कि कांग्रेस पार्टी पूरे के पूरे एक परिवार को देश से ऊपर मानते हैं।
राजनीति कोई ड्रामे की बात नहीं है, वहाँ कानून अपना काम करेगा। हम तो उनके साथ खड़े होने वाले लोग हैं। ये बताने जा रहे हैं कि साथ खड़ा होने में कोई हर्ज होता है। परिवार में जब कोई ऐसी बात होती है तो परिवार के सभी सदस्य साथ खड़े होते हैं ना। तो हम परिवार के सदस्य लोग हैं। कांग्रेस पार्टी उनका परिवार है। उस परिवार के अगर लोग जाते तो उसमें हर्ज क्या है।
Rahul Gandhi, while he will not go to jail, cannot be reinstated in parliament or contest elections till the Sessions Court decide on his pleas. Can the Congress use Rahul's conviction to evoke any sympathy for its leader remains to be seen.
Though Rahul Gandhi got bail from the Session Court in the defamation case, a long-drawn legal battle awaits him. On the other hand, Rahul Gandhi is staring at a bigger political challenge in the run-up to the Lok Sabha elections. And to turn this adverse situation to his advantage is going to be a mammoth task. With video journalist Sanjay, this is Mosmi Singh in Surat for India Today.
And let me go straight to my first guest, senior advocate and Congress MP, someone who's been Rahul Gandhi's key legal point person on all these issues. Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi is someone I spoke to a little while ago. Dr. Singhvi, the big question I want to start with is what Law Minister Kiran Rijiju has raised. He says the manner in which the Gandhis went to court today, surrounded by Congress leaders, Chief Minister's supporters, is an attempt to intimidate and influence the lower judiciary. How do you respond to that? Have you tried to intimidate the judiciary?
You know, quite frankly, Rajdeep, had it been anybody other than a person holding the exalted position of a law minister, this would have been laughed out or laughable. Because the law minister has made this statement, it dignifies at least a response. Rahul Gandhi is a former president of an All India party. He's a leader. He has gone with far greater humility than is displayed by any BJP, much lower level, lower rung leader that I know of. But if he goes and he has chief ministers of 3 states of the party which he has headed, accompanying him as a show of solidarity, if he has a natural outpouring of support because of the clear conduct of the BJP, how does Mr. Rijiju bring in the court on that? Did you see the letter Mr. Rahul Gandhi wrote when they wrote to him to vacate the house?
The point...
Did you see the fact that he has taken his full time? He didn't attend parliament because he was disqualified immediately in 3 days. The appeal is coming out after 9 days.
Dr. Singhvi, I think the point the law minister was trying to make is it really necessary for this to become a show of strength for senior leaders to accompany Rahul Gandhi to what is a court process? What is being asked therefore is the Congress mixing somewhere the legal process with politics to save a particular individual or a family is what the law minister alleged?
I would ask Mr. Rijiju to explain to the nation why should not chief ministers, constitutional position holders and other senior people accompany him. Why not? He is going there as the leader of a party. Do you think courts are intimidated by this? No. Here is a person who has support. You know, common criminals do the show of support outside court by demonstrations, noisy demonstrations, raucous demonstrations. Mr. Rahul Gandhi has gone with constitutional position holders. He's making them sound like interlopers or strangers. And what have they done? Have they interfered with the court proceedings? Have they raised their voice? Have they said anything? Now, Mr. Rijiju, first, his party and he don't want Rahul Gandhi to speak in parliament. They don't want him to speak outside parliament. And now they want to attack his right of association with his valued senior colleagues in a court of law, most peaceably in a very gentlemanly manner. Who is he to say to us how to, act in 19 Article 19 rights of association?
But sir, let's come to the very specifics. For Rahul Gandhi to restore his membership, which is the key question, presumably, why you've gone in appeal against the verdict. Now, the simple thing or the not so simple thing is for him to get his conviction suspended. That will be heard in this same Sessions Court on the 13th of April. Do you really believe that you will actually get justice and a quick hearing on this matter that has become so politically explosive?
You know, let me tell you that you will be attacked for your question, Rajdeep, by Mr. Rijuju, saying that you are expressing a vote of distrust in the courts for your legitimate questioning. But let me first say this. Mr. Rijuju doesn't find it strange what I'm about to say. You know why 13th was given? Do you know that? The whole world knows that the appeal is being moved today. The complainant, who is a sitting member of the BJP and MLA, chooses not to appear. Why? So that formal notice has to be issued. And formal notice takes time. There was no business for the MLA, the complainant, the respondent in this appeal not to be present in fair play, in a non-technical manner, if he wanted substantial justice, to save the time. We also know that from 7th there is a weekend, there is Easter Friday, there are other holidays. So we are quite understanding that 13th is probably the most proximate date which can reasonably be given if you, Rajdeep, are a complainant and choose to absent yourself, and then you require the notice process. That is being done deliberately by delaying by this BJP.
Doctor.
And they are giving us unsolicited advice. As far as your second question is concerned about the grounds of appeal, let me tell you, and I won't take more than 30 seconds. According to me, there cannot be a stronger case for stay of conviction. And 3 quick reasons in 30 seconds. 1, there is clearly the statement has nothing to do with defamation. The 3 people named have not complained, which is mandatory in defamation law. The person who has therefore complained is deliberately contriving to distort that statement to make an allegation against not only a community undefined, but also every member of the community, just to get around the fact that the 3 named people have not complained. Section 202, which requires a jurisdictional examination by the magistrate as to whether a Kolar statement will have jurisdiction in Surat, has not been observed. There are a plethora of judgments which we have cited which show that there must be patently clear intent to defame. Rahul Gandhi gives a speech of 3 pages in which he makes 1 sentence with named people who don't file a defamation, and he gets the maximum punishment on a community basis. So it's a very strong case. But we are waiting for the court, and it is because we have faith in the court that we have gone there.
Dr. Singhvi, you're claiming it's a strong case, but somewhere you're also suggesting that there is an attempt being made to deliberately delay the matter. Is that your primary concern, Rahul? Remember, we have general elections 12 months from now, and therefore if Rahul Gandhi does not get relief from the court, there will be a huge question mark whether Rahul Gandhi will contest in 2024. Is that a concern or not?
I have no doubt, and I've said so before today, and I've been proved prophetic and my words have been validated by today's action, that the BJP, the complainant, all the people behind him will do every trick in the book to delay. I can further predict that on 13th, they will come and seek more time on some pretext. I'm making a prediction. I'll be very happy if they prove me wrong. But equally, there is no question, you are, not you, but I mean, the people are mixing up between a stay of conviction versus the main appeal. There's no question of looking at 12 months, 24, 2024 or 3 months or 2 months. We are talking of an interim order, which is a stay of conviction. The final appeal, of course, takes time. But an interim order of stay of conviction doesn't take time unless, of course, people keep on playing these tactics and games of saying, look, we need a reply for what? For an appeal which is well known, for a person the whole country knows is being moved today, and for the record, which is the lower court record, the complainant absents himself. There is, of course, no legal requirement to be there on the first day. But bona fide, if you really wanted to expedite the whole process this way or that way, you'd be present today and avoid the notice period.
So what you are saying, net, Dr. Singhvi, is that you are reasonably hopeful. Hopeful is the word I'm using, that sometime in the next month or 2, you hope that Rahul Gandhi will get the interim relief you are seeking and get back his membership, and then you will fight the larger battle of appeal on the original sentencing. Am I correct that your best case scenario now is to obtain interim relief at the earliest within the next month or 2? That will be your focus.
I have said so earlier, and I repeat, Rajdeep, the focus is entirely on the interim relief, which, as you call it, it is defined as stay of conviction.
Yes.
And we expect it, we are hopeful much before the time period you are saying. But obviously, nobody is presumptuous about the court procedure, and much less so are we presumptuous about the delaying tactics of the other side. So certainly we would expect it much sooner, quicker, but then we have to fight it at every step because we know that the agenda is delay as far as they are concerned.
Okay, let me leave it there. Abhishek Manu Singhvi claiming that the opposition or the government in this case, the BJP, is trying to delay the Rahul Gandhi matter, but you are hopeful that your client will get interim relief. We'll wait and see what happens next to Rahul Gandhi in court, but I appreciate you joining us, Dr. Singhvi. Now, Rahul Gandhi in court, will it get the Congress leader's sympathy as perhaps the party hopes for? Is the BJP justified, on the other hand, in terming what they've seen in Surat as a Congress show of strength, instead as a political tamasha, as they are calling it? Who really gains politically from the relentless focus on Rahul Gandhi? Is law being mixed with politics here? These are some of the questions that we will raise. GVL Narasimha Rao, the BJP's MP, will join us shortly. Supriya Srinath, the Congress's spokesperson, is with us. Tanveer Ahmed Mir, senior criminal lawyer, and Rahul Srivastav, National Affairs Editor. Before I come to the politicians, a quick response from you, Tanveer Ahmed Mir. Criminal defamation of the kind that Rahul Gandhi has been convicted for, is your belief that this case will, as Dr. Singhvi is hoping, be settled expeditiously, or do you see a long drawn-out court battle ahead for Rahul Gandhi?
Thank you, Rajdeep, for inviting me to your program. See, the criminal defamation cases are basically non-cognizable in the first place as per the penal code and procedure, which itself suggests that it is not a serious criminal offense, because law provides that any serious criminal offense will be tried by the state either through police or law enforcement agencies like CBI or Enforcement Directorate, Customs and others. Now, this criminal defamation always is a one-witness case. So the complainant comes, he records his examination, he's cross-examined, and that is all. So what I expect is that because the court today has issued a notice to the complainant, and Dr. Singhvi has already said that I think purposely he was not there, despite being a member of the Legislative Assembly and well cognizant about everything. Not that they did not know that the case is coming up today. Now, in a case, the law on stay of conviction is no longer recente agra. The Supreme Court has had many opportunities to deal with it, including a standout judgment of Navjot Singh Sidhu's case, who recently, Rajdeep, has finished his sentence. Right. So all what Mr. Gandhi's lawyers have to say in the Sessions Court in the first appeal on stay of conviction is that, my lord, your honor, if this conviction is not stayed, we suffer a huge amount of insurmountable prejudice of losing our membership in the parliament. That in itself is a very strong ground for the appellate court to suspend the conviction, supplemented with the fact that the person who lodged the complaint under 199 of CRPC did not even have the locus enough to lodge the complaint in the first place. So there are inherent defects in the entire criminal complaint.
So you don't see a long drawn-out court battle. You believe that at least at the first stage of appeal, you don't see a long... Okay, I take your point. Let's take that politically to GVL Narasimha Rao. GVL Narasimha Rao, there was a serious charge just now made by Abhishek Manu Singhvi, virtually suggesting that the BJP is trying to delay this entire matter, that there is a conscious attempt to push this matter further. The complainant was not present today. All of it to, in a way, harass their client. How do you respond to what Abhishek Manu Singhvi, leading Supreme Court lawyer, suggesting that the BJP is trying to delay the Rahul Gandhi matter in court?
Rajdeep, good evening to you and all the panelists and the viewers. What else do you expect a lawyer representing the Congress party or Rahul Gandhi to say? I think the whole matter could have ended had Rahul Gandhi apologized in the court. He was given opportunities to apologize for his statement, which is clearly derogatory. I think Mr. Singhvi was defending that statement. I just heard it on your show. He was saying he was only accusing, or he was only targeting 3 individuals. That's not the case. If you want, you can play the video again.
I'll play it again. I'll play it again in a moment.
Hear what he said. He was saying all the thieves, why do they have a Modi surname? Why do they have a Modi surname? So the target is not, he may well be keeping Prime Minister Narendra Modi and a few others in his mind, but he tarred the entire community. In most of the states, this is a backward community. Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji himself comes from that community. So how can you tar everybody in that community with the same brush? So certainly he should have realized the kind of mistake that he made, the offensive comment that he made. I think he should have apologized in the court, in the lower court, and ended the matter. And after having acted in the most arrogant manner, now lawyer Mr. Singhvi says the entire world should cooperate and get him out of this case 24 hours from now, so that because he is a Gandhi, because he comes from a particular family.
No, he didn't say because he's a Gandhi. Let me be fair to Dr. Singhvi. A lot of what you said is true. A lot of what you said is true. I don't think Dr. Singhvi said that because he's a Gandhi, therefore he should be let off. He is questioning the entire process, the way the Surat court, according to Mr. Singhvi, Dr.
He did
Singhvi,
not say this.
He says that the complainant should have been present in court, was not present in court, so that the matter gets further deferred. That's what he said. He said it's a matter deliberately to delay the entire issue.
No, you see, the courts function according to their rules and provisions. Okay, I'm not here to speak why the complainant was present or absent. If this is not acceptable, they should move the court. The point that I'm making is Mr. Singhvi thinks the whole world should cooperate, should be at their service. Because their leader, Mr. Gandhi, who comes from a particular family, is in trouble. Therefore, everything should be done to get him off the case. There are several other 17 MPs and MLAs have lost their membership ever since this became a part of the law, the RP Act. And there are even this the Lakshadweep MP, it had taken him several months to really come out of this particular, to get this conviction stayed and to get his membership revoked. But with Mr. Gandhi, they want all the processes to be
short-circuited. Okay,
expedited.
You made
everything should be done to keep them. To give them the best service. This cannot be happened. This cannot be the claim.
Okay, you made the point. You know, we are playing images at the moment, Supriya Srinath, of Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra approaching the court. As we saw, he was greeted by Ashok Gehlot and other chief ministers. Was today a show of strength for the Congress? Is this about the party putting its sort of all its weight, investing all its equity in a way in Rahul Gandhi? I mean, what really was the message you all were sending out today with all these leaders there in Surat?
So I will answer your direct question, but I want to just step back. And the kind of language that the BJP spokesperson has used about Dr. Singhvi, who's perhaps one of the best legals in this country, calling him a liar to begin with. I mean, I think it's very unfortunate, but I don't expect any better. The fact, Rajdeep, is that India's law minister, Mr. Kiran Rijiju, who has
he didn't use the word liar. He didn't use the word liar. Let me be very clear. He didn't use the word liar. He didn't say liar.
I didn't use that word.
No, you please go back and listen to it.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
Rajdeep, you might want to rewind it.
Okay, I'll rewind it. What he said.
He used the word liar in his opening sentence.
He didn't use the specific word liar, but he said Dr. Singhvi, let's put it this way, was being economically with facts. Okay, GVL, let her answer now. Why this show of strength today? What was the message you were trying to send out?
I didn't say that also.
Okay, just a minute, sir.
I will answer your question.
Yes, go ahead.
I heard your question. I will answer it. Please don't speak in between. Thank you. Mr. Kiran Rijiju, who is India's law minister and has called former judges anti-national, has had former judges and top lawyers of this country write a letter, an open letter against him. He should first apologize to the legal community. That's point number one. Point number two, he is very economical with his knowledge of law. This is a criminal proceeding. I think Mr. Gandhi is totally vested. He did the right thing by going there. What objection can anybody whatsoever on this planet have with any of us being there? Rahul Gandhi is our leader. He is the former president of the Congress party. He is greatly loved and adored by party men. Whether they are tall leaders like Mr. Gehlot or Mr. Baghel or a simple worker like me, we want to be there in solidarity with our leader because we know he is being wronged by this vindictive government which has got into a reverse engineered process, went hunting for a trial, got a judgment and got him disqualified. And let me answer exactly in their own penny. On the 22nd of December 2015, Mr. Arun Jaitley went to a court in Delhi filing a defamation suit against Mr. Kejriwal. What business did 15 ministers have to be there with him? Here is Smriti Irani and Rajyavardhan Rathore. Why were they there? Why was Piyush Goyal there? Why was Mr. Venkaiah Naidu, who was then of course a BJP
he was a union
MP
minister
there? Mr. Arun Jaitley was there. I mean, this was a show of strength, or was it solidarity, or were you trying to pressurize the legal community or the courts of this country? Answer a simple question for me. The fact that what you do is right all the time, or for that matter, when Mr. Advani and Mr. Murli Manohar Joshi would go to court, why did the entire BJP turn up? Were you trying to pressurize the courts? Were you trying to intimidate the judges? Or were you doing a solidarity or show of strength? This is not show of strength. This is solidarity with our leadership. And come what may, we will stand with him. You may have a problem with him, deal with it.
You didn't think though that the advice given by Mr. Narasimha Rao that maybe Rahul Gandhi could have just apologized in the first instance and the matter would have closed?
I am so glad you asked me that question. The problem with people like Narasimha Rao and his ideologue is that they believe in saying something and apologizing. Mr. Rahul Gandhi called Nirav Modi, Lalit Modi and Mehul Choksi chor. The reality is that the BJP today is in defense, has put on its entire might to first defend Mr. Adani, who's saddled with corruption charges. And today the question that Rahul Gandhi asked in parliament before you disqualified him, that 20,000 crore kiske hain, or for that matter, why is the Prime Minister defending Adani is a question every Indian is asking. And now the BJP is trying to pick up fictitious reasons to now say that he's humiliated a community. He was calling Nirav Modi, Mehul Choksi and Lalit Modi swindlers. Are they swindlers or are they not swindlers? Have they fled this country or have they not fled this country? Have you been able to bring any of them back to face the law of this nation? You have not. And you have now been in power for 9 long years. Answer questions.
Okay, ma'am, you made your point. You made your point, ma'am. I will get that. I will get the exact bite out and ask Tanveer Ahmed Mir how it fits into criminal defamation a bit later. But GVL Narasimha Rao, before I go to Rahul Srivastav, you want to reply? Is Rahul Gandhi getting under the BJP's skin? Just as the Congress seems to be investing a lot in Rahul Gandhi, so is the BJP.
Totally.
Just a minute, ma'am. Just a minute. No, ma'am. Now you are intervening. Ma'am, you've been a television anchor. Allow me to anchor the show.
No.
GVL Narasimha Rao, is there a sense that
I thought it was for me.
Okay. Every time Rahul Gandhi makes a comment, I see BJP leaders immediately rushing in to respond, including the law minister. You too should allow the law to take its own course. Why intervene?
Rajdeep, I believe that question was to me.
Rahul, I think far from...
all right.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, GVL.
Rajdeep, far from Rahul Gandhi getting under the skin of our leadership, Rahul Gandhi is actually painting himself into a corner. He has made these comments. He and Congress leaders have abused Prime Minister 1,000 times. They have called him a number of names. We have never dragged them to the court. We never took them to the court. We could have really used defamation law against Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi and a dozen Congress ministers. But we never did this because we suffered. Okay, this is part of politics. He doesn't believe in politics of any dignity. It's okay. But this here, you're tarring an entire, you're defaming an entire community, and that was the reason. And somebody went. It was not Prime Minister Modi who went to the court. And as regards Mr. Jaitley, this comparison is completely invalid. Mr. Jaitley was going to the court to file a defamation against somebody. He was not accused of defaming anybody. Number one. Number two,
So why did you have to be there?
Going to going to the court in Delhi next door is different from Chief Minister giving up their job in their states, going at public cost. I think they should bring up.
Wow.
Why did they go all the way to Surat?
Hypocrite.
All the way to Surat, abdicating their responsibility as Chief Minister. I think it's an insult to the people of Chhattisgarh. It's an insult to the people of Rajasthan.
Rajdeep, can I please
They have not elected the chief ministers of Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Himachal Pradesh to go and defend their leader in a court in Surat.
Okay, we've heard.
This is clear abdication.
We've heard 2 points of view there. No, ma'am. Just a minute. Okay, we've heard 2 points of view. Rahul Srivastava is listening. Just a minute, ma'am. No, I'll let you come back, ma'am. Just a minute.
Illogical statement.
No, I'll let you call it out if you feel it's illogical later. But Rahul, no. Rahul Srivastava has been waiting patiently, and I want to get a neutral political perspective to what you're seeing, Rahul Srivastava. We are seeing this now playing out for more than a month, and there's a sense that Rahul Gandhi has become, like it or not, the focus of the narrative. The BJP believes it's to their advantage. The Congress will believe it's to their advantage. How is this playing out in your view, Rahul Srivastava? Is the BJP feeling that Rahul Gandhi is getting under their skin, could get some sympathy? Or is the Congress misplaced in putting so much, all their eggs in Rahul Gandhi's basket?
Rajdeep, before I answer your question, one thing I want you to do is, GV Narasimha Rao to do, is say with a straight face that 3 chief ministers and some congressmen going to Modi's Gujarat with 156 assembly seats and all Lok Sabha seats actually intimidates the judiciary there. That one point needs to be noted. The second is, Rajdeep, you are bang on. You see, there are 2 elements. One is the narrative. The narrative which the BJP is driving, because it does want a narrative with Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party in it. That's the national narrative that it wants to be playing, because in the coming days, there are states which will go to election, which has the Congress. The opposition's other parties are slightly more difficult to negotiate as far as the BJP is concerned. So Rahul Gandhi zaruri hai, Congress zaruri hai. In that, definitely, Rajdeep, one can see that one, the Bharat Jodo has given the Congress certain amount of confidence. The second is a sympathy factor. That there is a sympathy factor at play. Whether that crosses over into the BJP's vote bank, or is it right now strongly into the Congress vote bank and the opposition vote bank, or the vote against Modi, that's one thing to be analyzed. But if the idea is to get sympathy, Rajdeep, then the disqualification was most likely the Rahul Gandhi could have resigned. More, it could have added much more. Ye dil mange more. Today,
so you're saying like Indira Gandhi, many years ago insisted that she be handcuffed.
No, I'll tell you the exact date, Rajdeep. I'll give you the exact date. On the 3rd of October 1977, in 2 cases, one ONGC and one Jeep case, Indira Gandhi arrested along with 4 ministers, PC Sethi and others. She goes to the court after 16 hours on the 4th of October, that whole drama, and it becomes the first cardinal mistake by the Janata Dal government led by Morarji Desai. Now, in this scenario, if he had resigned, today, if he gets arrested, see one thing very interesting, that he has been exempted from appearing in the hearings. What does that mean, Rajdeep? That Rahul Gandhi will not, the whole thing will not be in public sight. Rahul Gandhi will not be there in Surat. Today, if they went to Surat, they could have made it bigger and better. Now, the problem here is that at a time when the BJP is pushing Rahul Gandhi and Congress into a national narrative, can the Congress control that narrative and enhance its presence in that narrative on its own, instead of letting the BJP control it and run it? I think that's the key to the whole idea.
Now, Supriya Srinath, this whole sympathy factor. Rahul Srivastava went back to 1977. Indira Gandhi famously insisted that she be handcuffed. Did Rahul Gandhi, who has told us in press conferences that he's ready to go to jail, there are 2 options. He says, look, I'm going to go to jail. I don't believe I've defamed anyone. I'm not apologizing. Is the Congress ready to take it to the next level? That's the question. Where does the Congress stop this process of virtually challenging and defying the BJP today?
I will answer your question, but I also think you are missing the woods for the trees. The moot point of this entire event is Mr. Adani himself. The moot point of this entire disqualification, looking for a sentence, looking for a trigger, hunting and shopping for a case that could have got a quick sentencing, and reverse engineering, is Mr. Adani's speech that Mr. Gandhi gave on the 7th of February. 9 days after that, Purnesh Modi goes to the Ahmedabad court, withdraws his application for stay on the Surat court proceedings, and that's when the trial gets into fast track. Mr. Gandhi has said in so many words, my leader has explained it in plain simple English and absolutely chaste Hindi. मैं कोई भी कीमत चुकाने के लिए तैयार हूं, लेकिन यह सवाल पूछूंगा कि अडानी पर प्रधानमंत्री जांच क्यों नहीं कराते and 20,000 crore किसके? This is a question that today the country is asking. What is it about Mr. Adani that the Prime Minister, his entire cabinet, large sections of the media are absolutely embroiled with?
So you're saying that the Congress will continue the focus on Adani, that Rahul Gandhi is not your focus. Your focus is Gautam Adani, according to the Congress party, and the alleged complicity or the connections between the Prime Minister and Gautam Adani is what the Congress is alleging. GVL, you want to answer? Chronology samajiye. According to the Congress, the chronology is this entire...
I am also not saying, Rajdeep, I am not saying the alleged complicity. I am saying complicity.
Okay.
With capital
I am using the word alleged. I am using the word alleged.
Complicity hai.
Okay. You've used the word complicity. You're in public life. You can use that.
Not mine.
Okay. You want to respond quickly, GVL, to that? That the chronology is all of this has happened. Case forwarded because Rahul Gandhi raised the A factor in his parliament speech in early February.
I think the Congress and Rahul Gandhi over-imagine their own importance, and he has this fancy idea that his speeches in Parliament set the whole country or set the debate rolling. Nobody takes him so seriously. He should understand this. And if he doesn't speak in Parliament, he has every right to speak outside in a public rally. And if he does not control his speech, he will end up in similar situations in future as well. The problem today is the Congress, people of this country, you're talking about sympathy. There is no sympathy for Rahul Gandhi. People know he's a loudmouth. He has no restraint. He has a habit and a knack of completely making statements which hurt the Congress party. People have seen how in the Chaukidar, Chor Hai, and all that has only harmed the Congress party. It has not harmed the BJP at all.
Okay.
And people therefore think Rahul is not somebody who can be taken seriously.
Point,
not someone who is responsible, not someone who is measured in his words or speech. So we really think Rahul Gandhi, forget about sympathy. He has actually gone down in public esteem further. His own supporters would think, why does he make such a,
You're calling him a loudmouth.
When a simple apology for abusing a community could have ended the matter.
Come in for a minute?
Very quickly, according to GVL Narasimha Rao, this has nothing to do with Adani. This has to do with Mr. Rahul Gandhi, in his words, being a loudmouth.
Rahul Gandhi scares the living daylights out of the BJP. He gets under the skin like nobody else can, which is why they expunge 18 parts of his speech on Adani, which is why despite 2 written and 1 oral submission to speak in Parliament, he's not given a chance. 8 days later, he's disqualified. The reality is that the Prime Minister could not utter the word Adani when he spoke in both houses. I want to make a larger point here in the next 20 seconds, and this point has to do with use of public language. 50 crore ki girlfriend. दीदी ओ दीदी जर्सी गाय कांग्रेस की विधवा खूनी पंजाब who has spoken these words? India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And if we start going to quote the language that you and
are not,
your people
nobody stops you from going to court.
You support start using, you will have to run.
Nobody stops you from going to court, ma'am. Nobody stops you from going to court. But since we are speaking about courts, and since one minute. Since the statement of Rahul Gandhi has evoked so much controversy, Tanveer Ahmed Mir, who's also listened patiently, I want your legal. I want the legal opinion on the statement, because it's called, let's listen to it. Do you believe prima facie is defamation of a community or not? Listen in and then I'll get you Tanveer Ahmed Mir. Listen into the statement.
एक छोटा सा सवाल, इन सब के नाम, इन सब चोरों के नाम मोदी 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 कैसे हैं? नीरव मोदी, ललित मोदी, नरेंद्र मोदी, और अभी थोड़ा ढूंढेंगे तो और बहुत सारे मोदी निकलेंगे.
इन चोरों के नाम, सबके नाम मोदी क्यों हैं? नीरव मोदी, ललित मोदी, नरेंद्र मोदी. Is that in your view an insult to a caste? Prima facie, does that constitute defamation of a caste as the BJP alleges?
Not at all. Not at all. In political discourse, Rajdeep, you have to see this statement in the entirety of the speech which is made by Mr. Gandhi at that contemporaneous period of time. In any case, even for the sake of an argument as a criminal defense lawyer or even a complainant's lawyer, if I am to concede a case, still, if anybody could have been agreed out of these three gentlemen, not anybody else.
So you're saying either Nirav Modi, Lalit Modi or Narendra Modi should have gone to court?
They could have. I'm saying, first of all, this is said in the context of the entire speech. So you'll have to take the entire speech into contemplation. Not the gentleman who filed the criminal court in the Surat court. Because he can't be claiming himself to be an aggrieved under 199. Second argument is, I was patiently hearing all the television gladiators battling it out. I'm not a politician. And I don't hold a political brief. Neither Mr. Gandhi needs to claim a special status, nor the court is going to give him a special status. He goes to the court as an ordinary citizen, aggrieved by a wrong judgment according to his lawyers, and wrong judgment certainly it is, which I believe as a criminal lawyer, and he wants to put a simple argument before the court that these are the compelling reasons why Your Honor on 13th of April should stay the conviction and then hear the appeal at some subsequent date of your choice. I am sure that Gandhi lawyers, even in Surat, will be ready and willing to take up the final argument on an appeal at any day when the Sessions Court calls upon them to make a submission. Now, this is not a case running into a 100-witness testimony trial like a murder case. Secondly, we understand that when politicians are involved,
30 seconds, Rajdeep.
some amount of politics will be there.
Okay, complete Tanveer, complete.
So I was saying that therefore 13th is a crucial hearing. But at the end of the day, all what the learned lawyers in Surat Sessions Court have to say, that just as an example in Navjot Sidhu's case, when the Supreme Court said that a case for stay of conviction is made out lest the person is unable to contest for parliament or loses his present parliamentary position, by same principle, the Sessions Court, if Supreme Court there agreed with Navjot Sidhu lawyers, there is no reason for the Sessions Court to deny to Mr. Gandhi what Supreme Court gave many years ago to Navjot Singh Sidhu.
Okay, you made that point. I think you've clarified for our viewers how the case will now progress. The two politicians, as always, want the last word. I will give you exactly 30 seconds and I will time it now. Supriya Shrinet and GVL, I'm timing it. Your 30 seconds, Supriya Shrinet, starts now. No, really, it starts now. Please go ahead.
So an interesting thing is that neither Nirav Modi nor Lalit Modi are OBCs. They are swindlers who have run away with public money. And Mr. Gandhi made a speech in Kolar which was 30 minutes long, spoke on unemployment, price rise, income inequality. 33 seconds of that speech is what the BJP is creating a hangama about. What about bringing these swindlers back to face the law of this land? You have grossly failed in that.
Your 30 seconds is up. Your 30 seconds is up. Your 30 seconds is up. Yes, GVL, your 30 seconds starts now.
My argument is over.
No, I hope Rahul Gandhi, I hope this arrogance of being a scion of the dynasty, really goes away, because at the end of the day, every citizen is subject to the laws of the land. And if you become irresponsible, and if you say things which are completely defamatory, you are going to be subject to the same kind of treatment that any other citizen would be. Rahul Gandhi should learn a lesson, but we don't see any trace of that.
Okay, so you believe no special treatment to Rahul Gandhi. Supriya Srinath believes that the BJP is running away from the real issues, which she claims, among other things, is Rahul Gandhi's attack on Adani. Tanveer Ahmed Mir suggesting this is a pretty cut and dry case where he should...
Adani.
Okay, madam, Adani and Adani. Thank you very much. Rahul Srivastav, I apologize for not giving you more time. We'll do that maybe on Lallan Top on Neta Nagri. Let's take a break on this point. When we return, we'll come to our ground reports. The first of which is from Bengal, where, remember, Hooghly has seen violence over the weekend post Ram Navami. What's the situation now? We'll have a spot check. Welcome back. Let's turn to tonight's ground report. It comes from West Bengal that remains parts of it on the boil. After Howrah, violence and arson erupted in Hooghly over the weekend. The Trinamool insists that the incident was pre-planned by the BJP, but the Saffron Party says it all happened under Mamata Banerjee's close watch and the buck must stop with her. Meanwhile, prohibitory orders have been imposed and internet suspended in the violence-hit Hooghly area. Take a look at tonight's ground report.
Houses damaged, shops charred. Sasaram simmers after communal clashes following Ram Navami celebrations. The violence and loot by miscreants have forced several people to leave their homes for safety.
The district administration has been denying any sort of migration of families post-violence, but then the picture of Shahjalal Peer area continues to remain the same. You can clearly see in the visuals that a lock continues to be hanging on this particular building. We've been told that this is not the only place where the violence was reported or a lock is hanging.
It was 4 a.m. in the morning on April 1st when a bomb blast took place, pushing locals
after Ram Navami clashes, West Bengal remains a communal tinderbox. The BJP is on the war path after its yatra in Hooghly was hit by stone pelting and arson on Sunday. A BJP march to Hooghly, led by top state leaders, was stalled by the police on Monday. The party staged a sit-in after the yatra was foiled. The main opposition party has blamed Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee for the unrest.
भाजपा कैसे प्लान करेगी? भाजपा प्लान करती तो भाजपा के पास पत्थर होता ना, बम भाजपा के पास होता। भाजपा ने तो बम नहीं मारा, दिखाई दे रहा है कौन पत्थर मार रहा है। और पुलिस पर हमला हुआ, पुलिस पत्थर मार रही है, ये भी वीडियो है। मुसलमानों को क्यों मार रही थी पुलिस? क्योंकि पुलिस भी खुद आक्रांत हुई ना। बाद में क्या हुआ, पुलिस के पास फोन आया, कहाँ से, तृणमूल के नेताओं का फोन आया, तो भाग गई उधर से।
The TMC and the BJP are blaming each other for the communal flare-up in the state.
রামনবমীর মিছিল 5 দিন হবে কেন? রামনবমী যেদিন হয় সেদিন তোমরা মিছিল করো, আমাদের কারো আপত্তি নেই, কিন্তু বন্দুক নিয়ে মিছিল করবে না, বোমা নিয়ে মিছিল করবে না।
ममता बनर्जी हार चुका था, मुसलमान वोट उसको नहीं मिला, इसलिए मुसलमान वोट को एक साथ करने के लिए, मुसलमान लोगों को खुश करने के लिए उन्होंने पूरा खुल्लम खुल्ला छोड़ दिया है। सिर्फ रामनवमी नहीं, दुर्गा पूजा, विसर्जन, सरस्वती पूजा में भी हिंदुओं का शोभा यात्रा में अटैक होता है। और उन्होंने खुद बोल रहे हैं कि रमजान महीनों में मुसलमान लोग कुछ नहीं करते, अच्छा काम करते, कि अच्छा काम का ये निदर्शन है।
In an exclusive interview to India Today, West Bengal Governor Ananda Bose said a special cell is reviewing the situation in the state.
What has happened? Deplorable, unfortunate. That does not bring credit to anyone down the line. Trying to throttle democracy and derail by the forces or advocates of mobocracy cannot be tolerated.
Over 10 people are arrested for the stone pelting on BJP's Shobha Yatra on Sunday. Miscreants had hurled stones, bombs, torched vehicles and vandalized several properties in the area. The Calcutta High Court hearing at PIL has asked the state government to submit a report on the clashes along with CCTV footage and other videos by Wednesday. The High Court has posted the matter for hearing on Thursday. With Suryagini Roy in Hooghly, Bureau Report, India Today.
Troubling images from Hooghly. Let's end with a good news today story though, and it's the story of Krishna Kumar and his 73-year-old mother. The two have travelled thousands of kilometres covering temples and other spiritual places across the country, and they've done it all on a scooter. A few years ago, industrialist Anand Mahindra gifted them an SUV, but they prefer to travel on their two-wheeler. We leave you with this lovely story. Stay well, stay safe, good night, Shubh Ratri, Jai Hind, Namaskar.
Dakshinamurthy Krishna Kumar, Chudaratna Amma and their 20-year-old Bajaj Chetak have gone places, far too many than most Indians. Krishna Kumar, a resident of Mysuru, has gone on a tour of India with his 73-year-old mother, covering temples, spiritual places, monasteries and ashrams across the country. He calls his journey the Matru Seva Sankalp Yatra.
एक दिन बातों बात करने का समय में मेरी माता जी को मैं एक प्रश्न पूछा, माँ आप तिरुवन्नामलाई, तिरुक्कोइलूर, तिरुवारंगम, तिरुनेलवेली, तिरुपट्टूर, तिरुवनंतपुरम, तिरुपति कुछ देख आया माँ? मेरी माता जी ने कहा मैं यहाँ नज़दीक वाले मंदिर भी नहीं अभी तक नहीं देखा बेटा। मेरी माता जी का वो मुखभाव देखकर मुझको परेशान हो गया।
Krishna Kumar, who's unmarried, was employed in a multinational company a few years back. He quit his job and decided to take his mother on a pilgrimage. They've covered 65,000 kilometers and visited 20 states, including Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Odisha, Arunachal Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and many more. Industrialist Anand Mahindra gifted them a KUV 100 a few years ago, but he prefers to travel on the scooter, gifted to him by his father, who passed away.
KUV 100 नेक्स्ट 2 साल के पहले दिया था, वो अभी मैसूर में है, because I am very much serious on spiritual life, so I will not go for any lavish life. This is my father gifted, no? So I have special attachment about this in this scooter. So मेरे पिताजी अभी भौतिक रूप में नहीं है ना, इसीलिए मैं पिताजी मानकर यही स्कूटर में मैं सफ़र कर रहा हूँ.
Krishna Kumar's mother says she's blessed to have a son like him.
हमारे भारत में जितने पुण्य क्षेत्र है उन सभी पुण्य क्षेत्रों का दर्शन करा के और वहाँ नदियों के नहा के और तीर्थ प्राशन करके मंदिर में ये सभी करके मेरा जन्म सार्थक बनाया है और उसको श्रवण कुमार के उपाधि मिला है ना अभी.
If you spot Krishna Kumar and Judaratna in your town, you know why they're there. Their spiritual journey is proof of a son's love for his mother and for his motherland. Bureau Report, India Today.